using a third-party thing.
But you're not.
It's still screen capturing, so I don't know if that's messing with it.
That's probably messing with it, which is so weird because it shouldn't. It shouldn't. Essentially, this is their system. Well,
it's TikTok. You never know. You never know. What's up, Mikey? What's up, Smallville?
Are they coming
in?
Guys,
for a new episode? Yeah.
Tap the screen.
They're ferociously tapping.
Yeah, super tap. That's the only way we're going to be able to get people in here is when we super tap.
I guess I got to pull up YouTube on my phone.
I mean, it's on.
I know, but I can't see the chat.
Oh, shoot. Yeah, you can.
How will I see the chatters? Oh, you can pull it up on the side, can't you?
Yeah. On the right-hand side, you see where it says chat?
Pull that bitch, no yoga mat.
You'll be able to see anyone who chats in there.
It's not. It says your chat's not supported.
What?
Rude. What's up, Logical?
I can see you.
I can't see the chat.
Amanda, see, Amanda Logical just said hello on YouTube, and I see it on the chat in here in Talk Studio.
When I click on it, it says you are live. Chat is not supported for the platforms you have selected. Learn more.
Well, they gave you a little peace sign and said, "What's up, Logical? How are you?" Yeah, it's so weird that I mean, our goal is to not be on TikTok. Let's just be honest with everyone right now. Like when we do this show, our goal is to make the YouTube pages great again. And that's where we're going to be. Logical said, tell me something logical. I'm going to let you take that one.
Sure.
Go ahead.
Water's not wet. It makes things wet.
Wait.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
How is that possible?
Prove me wrong.
Oh, I don't like that.
No, Mikey, you're not the only one. My stupid keyboard is also doing that. Like, I don't know what happened this last update. We have a friend.
Let's bring him in. Boom. I'm going to be at the bottom. Hold on.
What's up?
Hi.
How are you?
How's it going?
How's it going?
It's good. It's good. Having shenanigans.
I need these cool like backlighting setups. I don't know why I've never gotten into that, but I love it. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, let's get you all like backlit.
So lame, yeah.
No, you're not lame.
Truly.
You just need backlights.
Thank you. Fair.
No, I don't know if you know this, but Alex is an award-winning producer.
Oh,
he can show you how to do some things.
I could set it up for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, you gonna run the theme song?
Yeah, it looks so cool.
There you go. There's a theme song?
Don't we have opening credits? Don't we have like some kind of like professional setup here?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Political Pour. It is Friday. It is 11 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. West Coast time, and whatever time it is around the world. I hope you're having fun watching. If you're not watching live and you're watching this later on, well, that's right.
That beat is an intro.
Sorry. Right? It just, first of all, Captain America in the background. Kylan and I are going to be best friends. I have Power Rangers. I have Iron Mans. I have every helmet that has came out.
I love it. We got things going on. We'll get into it.
Yeah.
I have purses.
Yeah, a little tour.
Yeah. Hey, Amanda had to leave the show. I'm sorry, Amanda, that you had to leave the show.
Oh,
you're
so rude.
Yeah. Welcome back, Amanda.
I don't like you anymore.
How dare you?
I still like you though. So how about that?
Thank you. That's great. I'm gonna put him here. He's the guest of honor. So I'm gonna put him right.
All right.
there.
Well, have your little bromance. I'll just sit here and drink. It's fine.
It's okay. It is the Political Pour, so it's always good to have a little something. Guys, make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you're sharing this. Make sure you're tapping so that way it can get out to the world and people can see it. You know, these things tend to like disappear into the algos sometimes, but we're here. We're happy it's Friday. Amanda, why don't you introduce our guests here that you brought onto
Yeah,
the show?
sure. Great. We have the amazing Kylan Young. You guys might know him from Big Brother season 23, as well as The Challenge and The Amazing Race. And he does know a thing or two about movies. Does know a thing or two about movies.
What?
Yeah.
You're a movie head like that?
I am, you know, I think that yeah, I think that they just so many reasons I could deep dive. But yeah, when I think of like my favorite things, I'm like, I think my favorite thing is movies. Like other than, you know, my family, I'd
Sure,
say
yeah, yeah.
movies.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. I'm the same way. I'm a movie nerd. I'm working a little something on the back end to talk movies as well. Like I'm involved in a million things, but I love
Okay.
films. Um
No, me too. And also definitely want to hear more about that. But as a movie head person, like what is your thoughts on, you know, appreciating, I guess, the value between because I heard you say films there. So I'm like, I understand there's, you know, that could be a charged term as far as, you know, uh how you view movies, and I guess like that line between entertainment and like quality, I guess.
for me,
Like, do you appreciate both, or are you just like, no,
yes,
like
yeah.
it's hard for me
So,
to watch bad movies?
so listen. First of all, I'm an old man, so I grew up in the bad movie era. Okay, so like I grew up watching the old school, martial arts films with the very bad dubbing. Okay, which we
I know
all
them.
loved, and we all used to go to the bodega and buy 3 for $5, and still watch them and enjoy them. Sorry, Amanda, that we kind of like took over the
Master of
show
the
here.
Flying Guillotine
Oh
sort of
my
style,
god,
or yeah,
yes,
all right,
yes.
yeah.
So I enjoy both. I am also a filmmaker. So I have a love for the industry, and I love going back and making the things that I write feel like the things that I saw growing up. Right? So like I grew up and I saw the my very first film was The Sandlot, and I fell in love with movies then.
Classic.
I love
And
that movie.
yes, yes, and that's what brought me to the dance and to write a film. I have a Christmas film right now that got picked up. I got producers on it. It's
Wow,
in the hands
congrats.
of Hallmark. We're gonna see if we're gonna be able to do something with them. So yeah, I love film. So me and you could probably talk forever. I'm sorry, Amanda. I know this is the political pour, but
No, yeah.
um, yeah,
As long
I'm
as I get to at some point just go forever. Good. See, I feel better already.
Well, also everything, and you know, movies have so many political commentary and examples that we can point to. Not everyone can, you know, acknowledge them all the time, but they're very there.
Yeah, 100%. Just want to say hello to everyone that's in the chat right now watching alongside with us. Thank you for joining us here at the Political Pour on Friday night. Um, Doors says hello, Amanda and panelists. So hello, Doors. How are you? Doors 7777777. You could
Yeah.
probably see the chat too, actually, Kylan, on your end. I don't know if you can. There's like
Where
a
would
little
it
chat.
be? 'Cause I don't see it to my
There's,
right. Or, oh, there you go.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
chat.
If you hit chat, yeah, you should see a
Aha!
little
There we
chat
go.
there.
It
You'll
doesn't
see.
work for me.
Wow, you're the only. You want to refresh your screen?
No.
Okay.
I don't want to see what they're saying anyway. They're just going to be mean to me. Like, let's be honest. My YouTube is probably saying like
Let's all be nice
egregious
to
things to
Amanda
me.
tonight. Let's all be nice.
I know.
Yeah.
They're always mean to me.
No, they're not mean to you, Amanda. They're very they use their words poetically towards you.
Oh,
That's the way it is. But
Yeah.
yeah.
okay.
They're very nice. Is this the host with a goofy voice? Yes, Drake, that would be me. I have the goofy voice. I think they're
Do you
talking
do
about the other
voices?
day when I was doing like announcing voices. Remember, I was like, "Welcome back to," and I guess I don't know. I'm not being mean. You're not being mean, Dylan. All right, let's get right into the political pour before our people
Let's
do
do it.
start being mean, and let's give them a reason to be mean. So tonight's lineup, friends that are watching tonight, we're going to be talking about a new poll that's showing 95% of the country thinks that we're in an affordability crisis. An $87.6 billion ask from the White House that is mostly tied to the Iran conflict. I mean, are we allowed to say WAR? Is that okay?
We can say war.
Okay, so we can
You
say
know,
that.
I say whatever. I don't.
I know, but I'm more conscious about your stuff than I am mine and Kylan's, obviously. So,
Yeah, I wouldn't even have known to ask that. I didn't know that was a.
yeah, there's certain trigger words that get the algorithm.
Where is
Very.
this? You said live streaming on Threads?
We're live
No,
streaming.
we're
No,
YouTube, TikTok, and Twitch, and Facebook.
and Facebook.
Whoa.
We're
Okay, I've
everywhere
never.
right
Okay,
We're live
like
everywhere.
it's vertical everywhere,
Everywhere,
or just
yeah.
vertical here?
No, vertical everywhere. Yeah.
Whoa, interesting.
I want to give a
That
big
makes
shout out to
sense.
Christina over on my TikTok live. How are you? Maria and everyone else that's sitting there watching me right now. Welcome. Make sure you guys are following everyone above me, Amanda and Kylan as well. So, and we'll give away all the all of the links to everyone's places where they're at. But yeah, so let's you want to take over with story number 1, because Amanda, you brought this one to me earlier this week. And I couldn't agree with you more when it comes to, the affordability crisis right now. We're all feeling it. So I'll let you yeah. So I'll let you get on top of that.
So this poll that was conducted, it was conducted like over a couple days, the end of May, beginning of June. It was a decent sized poll, over 4,000 adults. The margin of error was less than 2%. So, like, guys, we can take this as it's truly accurate, because that's a very small margin of error. People are fed up. Like, that is one thing that Democrats and Republicans, independents, libertarians, whatever your political ideology is, all agree it is unaffordable to live right now. Like, we're still seeing grocery prices at a place that can't be afforded. I think that there was a poll that said like 30% of adults are saying that they're charging gas and groceries to their credit cards because they just don't have the money for it. And there's no real solution. Like, I haven't heard a solution from anybody. But we have money for war.
I mean, we don't, it seems like, but
Yeah, let me tell you something about what's happening right now. So I was involved with OIF and OEF, in Enduring Freedom and in Iraqi Freedom, right? Back in the early 2000s. And it seemed to me that even back then, there was always talk about money and affordability. But back then, it seemed like we were able to still afford a decent living. Gas was 89 cents a gallon, from what I remember. And it wasn't until shortly after that things went crazy. But this time around, what's happening right now with the Iran war and this specific administration continuing to ask for more money, while the poor people that are struggling, living paycheck to paycheck, trying to get themselves ahead, are digging a deeper hole every single day. Like, we're not moving. Kylan, I don't know, but I want to ask you, have you seen friends, family? How has all of this, because things have blown up price wise.
oh
Have
yeah.
you seen this affect people around you, personally? And I would love your thoughts as well on what's happening here as we continuing to ask for more money for things that we should had never been a part of.
Yeah, I mean, I just like everyone else. I mean, I think that that's maybe the common mistake people make when they see you on TV, is they think that you're automatically making lots of money. And if you have watched me compete in any of the shows, I haven't won any of them. So if you don't win the show, you're not really making any substantial amounts of money. And so yeah, I've just been professionally losing. In some cases, like, I'm filming and making less money than I would have if I had not filmed. I'm obviously for the opportunity to
Wow.
do stuff that's big, and and that's more true for a lot of the people that make that are making far more than I am, are finding that struggle. So obviously there's plenty of benefits to this amazing thing for exposure and opportunities, for to build more opportunities, I guess. But it's definitely, I don't know who's not affected by it. And what I found interesting too, that I think at least feels a little bit newer to me, outside of, I mean, maybe, the 2008 financial crisis. I remember, seeing, my dad lose his house, and so many other, like, adults that, or at the time, adults when I'm a kid, So I think that it was obviously a lot more prevalent maybe around then. But what I'm noticing is this conversations around affordability for people who are, by most accounts, making really good money, if not, inheriting, like have families with money. And I think that that's what, I talk to friends that have made, like, their parents are wealthy, if you were to actually use the correct word, and they are talking about, like, yeah, we're not sure if we want to, have kids, or like how to time that, because just the expenses of things. And I'm like, whoa, like, we're already in different positions, with the fact that friends across the spectrum of different income levels are feeling it at least enough to talk about it, or to have it impact their decisions of how they want to live their life, I think says a lot.
I mean, like, I'm feeling it too, and I know other people are. Like, I sold my car. I don't even have my own car. Like,
My
I have
God,
Jeff's
yeah.
car. Jeff lives in Europe, and he's like, "Why are you, like, just drive my car?" Because
Yeah.
it got so expensive to have an SUV, which I know, I get it, it's an SUV. I have kids, and we do things in sports and all that stuff. But I sold my car because it was just the car payment, the car insurance, and then the gas. I couldn't do it anymore. And I'm in a good financial space.
Yeah. I think I saw so many people as well suffer. By the way, we gotta let me acknowledge the chat real quick. They sent a super chat. I don't know if I want to read this. Shout out to
No, don't read it. Don't read it.
XRX123.
Don't read
But
it. Don't read it.
it's
Because they pay money to be mean to me. Like, how crazy
but if
is
they
that?
paid for it, we should read it. We should
All right,
read it.
fine. XR whatever says I look like an overcooked chicken.
Thank
Sucks
you.
when you're allergic to the sun, friend.
Amanda
Maybe,
looking like an
know.
overcooked chicken tender. Where the correct I saw, I was like, Kylan's talking. Let's not smile because this is a serious subject. But that was a pretty funny super chat that came.
Sorry, I feel
Kylan.
bad because I'm reading that, cracking up, and then I keep reading, and I'm like, have seen retirees lose everything twice in my lifetime. Healthcare for profit model will take a third of boomer wealth and over half Gen X. And I'm like, oh gosh, like why am I laughing while reading that? Thanks a lot, Amanda. No, I'm just kidding.
No,
I
yeah.
saw XR77, whatever. No.
Kylan, they will pay $20 sometimes for super chats just to say mean things for me so that I read them out loud.
That's crazy. Hey, big shout out again to everyone who's watching on TikTok and YouTube and Facebook and Instagram and Mi Gente and MySpace and yeah, all that good stuff. Shout out
And
to
all
Mi
these
Gente,
comments are from
nice.
all of these places.
So right now,
for
like you'll see
MySpace.
the little logo come up, of where the comments are coming from. We're also live
that's
on
cool.
Twitch.
Okay.
So if a comment were to come in from somewhere, you would see it. The only places that you won't see is TikTok. That's why I have the TikTok. So Geeky, shout out to you. Thank you so much for the gifts, for the donuts and the flowers and all that good stuff. I see it. And everyone
Kiara
watching
said
on.
hi.
Hi, Kiara.
Yeah,
She said hi. Oh, I'm like looking for the chat. Like, where? I didn't see it, but yes. Hello.
She said it a while ago.
Well, I'm sorry. It's her fault. Amanda's
right.
fault because she didn't tell me. I'm sorry, Amanda.
Y'all are ganging up on me tonight.
We would never do such a thing. You're the hostess with the mostest.
Of course.
See?
I'll remember that.
We're just supporting you. What do you mean?
We always support you, man. As a matter of fact.
Okay. And another one.
Oh man. All right.
So people don't get our inside jokes because we talk during the day. Alex and I talk a lot. And we get a lot of inside jokes, so people don't get it. I get it, obviously.
She gets it. I don't. I just follow along just so that she can laugh. See, she's doing it right now.
Well, thanks for bringing me joy.
We gotta be honest. Hola amigos, ¿cómo están todos?
See, and the chat's supporting you. They said don't pay the silly people no mind. They're just jealous.
I know.
So,
I know. We have some good ones in the
support's
chat.
there.
We have some good ones in the chat.
We do. Yeah.
Speaking of things that make me laugh. Where's Waldo?
Oh man, I know you didn't go there.
What?
I can't bring up the graphic because it's not on my computer. I dropped the ball on that one.
What does that mean?
Where's Mitch McConnell?
Where's Mitch
McConnell? We're trying.
I'm gonna email. You guys talk. I'm gonna email this to myself and put it up on the damn thing. How?
It was the most ethical use of AI I've ever done.
Wow.
I didn't see it. I'm curious.
I'm gonna put
But
it
I
up
that
posted it
now.
on Threads.
I'm putting it up
okay.
now. I'm gonna find it. Oh, you did post it up on Threads, but I'm gonna put it up.
It's been like 25 days now that we still don't know where he is, if he's alive, like what is going on. And he's under no obligation to tell anybody anything. Like
That's
he
crazy.
can literally, right, because of HIPAA.
Oh
And
my God,
there's
yeah.
no rules around what happens when a congressperson is incapacitated or whatever,
That's
right?
That's what I was gonna ask about because I remember not even just with Mitch, but like I'm blanking now. There was someone else not too long ago who was gone for weeks.
Hmm.
Another representative I can't remember, and
Tom Kearney or whatever from Jersey.
I think yeah, and I'm pretty sure that was it, at least the one. And so I think it's just such a weird part of
Oh,
the
Tom Keene.
government. Yes, there we go. That sounds better. Yes. It's just a weird part of the government that we could just have people not show up for their job. And I even weird part, I mean, it's a weird part of the government who, is in theory accountable to everyone else who has, if we don't show up for our jobs, there are consequences. And I think that it's an odd situation to not have any sort of built-in consequences because I think that the rhetoric might be, oh, well, if the people are electing them still, then they are representative. But I'm just like, well, at the same time, I think especially when we look at our, voter turnout percentages, maybe we can also have in place some systemic structure stuff as well. Oh my gosh, that is wild.
This is
Um,
what I was doing when I was supposed to be working.
Well, so now you're Waldo. Now that's exactly the problem I was talking about. Is people not no, but at least you were there. That's the thing. At least you clocked in. Like people can see you that you're there, and I feel like there should be something in place that if people aren't, you know, doing the job, then why isn't there
Right.
some sort of repercussion?
Right. I mean, I agree. And he's still getting paid. Like, that's wild. If I just decided that I wasn't going to show up to my job for 25 days, I'd have no job. And I certainly wouldn't be getting paid within those days that I wasn't there. But he can
Yeah.
essentially hold this seat until January. He can hold the seat until January. Can't hear you, Alex.
Sorry, one of the comments says Mitch was horrified when it was announced he was running again.
Did Alex mute himself? Is he pulling a me?
Yeah, no, I muted myself while I was doing this. Hold on, so that you guys wouldn't hear the keyboard when I was typing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but you guys saw the thing. I wanted to say though, when it comes to the government, they just have all of these things in place to protect themselves at all times. Right.
That part.
So like look at the way this thing with Mitch McConnell. Look at the way that people just kept on, they stayed in office. I'm sorry, Nancy Pelosi's state has completely overstayed her welcome in Congress, right? You have all of these doors that people cannot open. They have completely protected themselves from us, the people who vote them in, from helping, not from helping, from pulling them back out. Right. And kind of like protecting ourselves as well from what's happening right now. I don't understand how or when we're going to get answers about Mitch. I don't think we will, to be honest. And like you just said, Amanda, I don't think anyone has to.
No.
So
No,
we're kind of stuck. By the way, really quickly, Christina on the chat says, I want to know if we'll ask both of you guys, I want to know if you believe that the threat from Iran is real. You know what threat I'm talking about. They've wanted to take Trump's
yes, they threatened to kidnap him, didn't they?
yeah, they want to kidnap him. And it's all over. It's everywhere. They got signs on buildings and they're not. What do you guys think? Do you think that they're really going to do it? I'll start with
So
you guys.
I feel like I have
What?
to answer that question with a question. And my question would be, what resources do you guys need access to?
Wow.
How can we help?
Wow.
That's my answer. That's my honest answer. But do I think they're going to do it? No. No, I don't.
I feel you on that. I think it's just anger. Well, Kylan, I'll let you.
Yeah, I guess it feels like I'm trying to think of a good analogy for, when you have a threat that can't actually be followed up on, but I can't think of one. And I think that it's just one of those things where it feels like like even when you asked it, I was like, is there a joke in here that I'm missing, or is that like the actual, legitimate question that is happening? And it feels it might yeah, it feels, kind of as real as their nuclear weapons program. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
That's fair.
It-
That's
that's
fair.
fair. And when I look at the way that I'm 44 years old, I've seen a lot of things being said and talked about when it comes to presidents, and this is the first
Mhm.
time that I can remember that an opposing country has just flat out on media, on magazines, everywhere, no matter what, social media has just flat out said, we want to, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're gonna go, like
I mean,
it.
I'd be surprised if that's the reality, because I feel like with so many, I mean, I would think about, Bush Senior in the Middle East, and I'd imagine there's probably similar rhetoric somewhere going on, and probably in other countries too that we're not actively at war with, but at least they're very aware of the negative impacts that, uh, American imperialism has had, like, in
Sure.
different parts of the world. And so I wonder how much too it's one of those things that is, because we are currently engaged with them in this war, that we're far more aware of it, whereas it's happening frequently, not frequently, but at least not as infrequently as maybe we might feel in this moment. And I don't know the end. I'm not saying that for a fact. I'm just saying I'm curious of that.
We are living in some weird times. That's just
Definitely.
I mean,
Yeah, this is a strange timeline.
this is a very strange.
For
And
sure.
before we move on to the next subject, and then we get into Kylan's entire life and career and everything he's done from little tiny baby all the way till now, and the love for his movies. Um, there's some things happening around the White House as well. And I want to touch on this real quick because they continue to ask for money. They're continuing to
Mhm.
wanting to build things. They got the what is it, the East Wing that they knocked down, and they want to rebuild back up, right? And they're doing it in a weird way. They're talking about bunkers. I don't know if how real that is. I don't know if that's actual fact, but if they are going to be building bunkers, we got to see. And just
Mhm.
yesterday, they put more tarps in front of the damn place because apparently they're like fixing the columns on the
Yeah, what
White
are they
House.
doing?
And apparently, it's more than just the columns, right? Because apparently, he didn't like that the columns had door dings, like dings, when they open the doors and hit the columns. Yeah, yeah, that look says it all. But apparently, they're also going to try to fortify. Here we go. The front door to the White House. Okay. They want to make it more secure. Okay. So we're building bunkers, right? And helipads
Mhm.
and drone pads, right? And
Provoking other nations.
provoking other nations. We're fortifying the White House in a way, right? He's building the helipad in the front lawn now, so he's destroying the front lawn as well. What is it, like a all marble? He said, "Oh, it's gonna be the best granite ever," right? So,
I
uh,
can't. I'm sorry. Like, this is serious because we are wasting money doing these
yes,
things, but it is also so ridiculous. Like, where is who is checking this man's power? Why
thank
are
you.
we allowing him to destroy the people's house? This is not his house. He just lives
And
there. He's a tenant. Like, why are we allowing this?
I'll ask you this real quick then. Also, not only is he just doing all of these renovations and destroying it by putting gold everywhere, whatever. But why would you be wanting to all of a sudden fortify and make this into a fortress that no one can get into? Okay.
Because he's not paying.
We're going back.
No, I think that there is you know, a lot to be said about why it's fortifying and all that, but and there could be, you know, pretty nefarious reasons for that at the same time, as far as like him doing all this, you know, damage in the name of beautification, fortification, whatever, to the White House. That's one thing I haven't looked into. I haven't looked into the powers that be as far as his ability to do that. It's still just it's one of those things that is frustrating because it should, you know, it should be a thing that people might be able to come together on, as far as like, you know, with same with the reflecting pool or all these things. And my, you know, I'm sure many people, but I've talked to some family that has made the analogy of the, you know, the uh very much like the emperors of old. You know, the emperor has no clothes sort of deal, in the sense that when you had the almost SNL style Daily Show, you know, correspondent bit of the, you know, Fox News correspondent saying like, you know, it's not green. I don't know why people say it's green while like it's behind him
Dude.
clearly green. And so I think that it's just this weird case of, you know, you have it's very cultish in a lot of ways, and so of can do no wrong, and his word is law. Kind of some of the claims that, you know, even when I think of stuff that other people from his administration say about him, is very reminiscent of, you know, what you would hear for Kim Jong Un and Kim Jong Il, and like
Yes.
those same sort of statements. They're just grandiose, and it's almost like, wait, like what? Why do you have to go that far? Like now you're now, yeah, it feels like in a way you're working against your own interests, except, you know, no one seems to care. But I think about the stats on the poll that you were talking about earlier. You know, it's like 98% of people feeling this concern around affordability. I think the thing that stood out to me too was, I feel like there's another stat that said like, you know, over 64% or something don't think either party can help. And I feel like that's the
Right.
more alarming stat to me, because if you are already, you know, we have this increasing apathy for our political system, and, you know, voter turnout in so many ways, and it's just, and you don't see a way out, then you're just gonna either be more apathetic and not take any action, take any vote, or you have nothing to lose if you're voting for like, well, okay, if neither one's gonna help the economy, well, at least this party is, you know, openly racist, so I can
Yo.
vote for them, because, you know, at the very least they're looking out for, you know, maybe uh you know, the unmelanated. And so I think that that's a concern in itself, is like, you know, if people just are like, yeah, this neither party can help, so I'm just going to keep the status quo, and that's, you know, not great either.
That's
I
so
think it's a great time
sad.
for a PSA. Check your
What
voter
is that?
registration status.
yeah.
Check your voter registration status, especially if you're in Florida. July 20th is the deadline to make sure that you have a declared party, because we have closed primaries.
Yes.
And also, there's a link in my bio if you want to register to be a poll worker, because we need poll workers. Poll workers are the people who help keep our elections safe and secure. Be a part of democracy.
I
Don't
love
just sit
that.
back and do nothing.
Yeah, same thing here in North Carolina, man. Things are about to get a little crazy. Make sure if you're watching me right now, for wherever you guys are at, by the way, not just in Jersey or North Carolina or New York City or, you know, California or Florida or Michigan or no, I'm just kidding. Just make sure you check your registration. Make sure everything's correct. You know, they're trying to play games at all the polling places, or they will try to play games at all the polling places. So just be very careful on what you got on you, and when you go out there and do your thing. Amanda, do you want to get into Q&A?
We can. We definitely can. Should I dare open the phone line?
Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen, let's do Q&A. Let's also open up the four lines. Hold on, let me get the I'm gonna put the phone number on
It's gonna pull up
screen.
over here.
There's
It's gonna show on the TikTok screen.
You can't see my face, and you cannot. There's the number right there.
I was about to say I can't see the
Alex
number.
is hiding. We can
Well,
open the
I'm
phone
calling.
line. If you guys have questions for Kylan or me or Alex, you can go ahead and call in, or you can type it in the chat. No, I will not be answering some of the questions that I've already seen in the chat on YouTube. Some of the things that you guys have said are wild. If you call in and you act a fool, I'm going to hang up on you.
Ow.
I'm going to hang up.
Did she
In
really
the
just say
meantime, in
that?
between time, I did. Kylan, what have you been up to? What's going on? What kind of projects are you working on? Like, what do you want to tell the people? Where can they see you next?
Oh gosh. Well, what do we got? What do we got? We got Big Brother just started again up last night.
Yesterday? Yeah.
Yesterday, the
Nice.
premiere. Well, yesterday being Thursday. I guess if you, I don't know what time it is. Oh, there it is. It's only 8:30. So yeah, that's exciting. It is a big part of my summer, I guess. More so just last year and this year. So I did season 23 in 2021, and then was too traumatized to watch the show that I loved, despite having like an experience that I really enjoyed and very grateful for. It's just an overall, it's funny because Frankie Grande is a contestant from a few seasons before me. He's like a Broadway star, and has done lots of things in his own right, but unfortunately, his sister of the same last name is obviously still pretty keeps him in the shadow as far as how people know him. He's still, Ariana's brother, but Frankie's just such an awesome person and super talented and amazing. And he, just had a really viral video in this community of the Big Brother fandom where he was just saying it's like, it is the most, mentally, emotionally straining show of all of the shows. Like it's really not close. And it's also the only show where all the contestants are almost universally in agreement of that. And then you have people who have done multiple shows who have agreed with that when they've had the opportunity, because it's just such a weird experience. So that's why I haven't been able to watch it, even though I still loved it, except until last year. So it took me like, almost 5 years, and finally I could start watching it last year. And that was really fun. And then now this year, we just had the first episode. So I'm doing Heavy Crown Network is a podcast network that I'm doing, a bunch of guest spots for that show, and then I'm gonna have my own show to talk about one of the other shows that's coming out. Actually, a new season of The Challenge. So we just talked about that. So, and then my podcast connections with Kylan, we're in the middle of filming new episodes for that. So
Oh wow,
I'm
I didn't
focused
know
on
you
my
were
stuff.
doing that.
Yeah. So just kind of hop back into that, and really excited for that because got some cool guests and coming up, and both in the reality space and outside of it. And so, I think those are the things. And then, we got lots of movies that I'm just excited about. We got, what's it called? Spider-Man coming out in Odyssey. So, it's a good month.
We got
It's my birthday on Monday.
Yeah, Spider-Man's
Oh,
coming
when's
out.
your
That's
birthday?
right, your birthday is
On the
in 3 days,
13th.
right?
On the
Mhm.
I remember your
13th.
birthday. I
Happy
never
early
remember
birthday.
Thank you. I heard it.
Yes, happy birthday.
Yeah,
Thank
that's
you.
cool.
Thank you.
Wow.
Are you doing watch parties for Big Brother?
I'm not. I'll probably end up, somebody will do something for the finale and I'll go. I was what's it called? Not able to do anything for the premiere. So but I'm sure I'll go to something for the finale.
Do you
But
have a
in between
favorite
now and
yet?
then, not yet. I think that, I had my winner pick was that there's this older mom on there named Latrice, and I don't think they've had anybody like probably even no one's coming to memory that's like even over, probably 35 that's ever won the show, and she's like in her 50s, and so I'm just kind of pulling for her. She seems and she seems to have well-rounded skill set that could make her a good threat for it. So excited for her, hopefully, and then and then but I'm still getting to know everybody. I haven't checked past then.
So Kylan was on Big Brother and The Amazing Race and The Challenge, not Survivor. So pretty much every show except Survivor. Because because they're asking about you eating bugs.
Yes, I see this. Weight loss parasites obtained during Survivor. And then another question about Survivor. Oh, wait, no. Yeah. I don't know.
Oh,
Yeah.
Kiki has a question. Kiara has a question. She said, "What is your biggest regret from reality TV?"
Wow, that's a big one.
Oh, I don't. People normally don't ask
Put you on
stuff
the
like that.
spot.
No, I wish. I think that I'd go back to, off top of my head, the easiest answer is the my eviction from Big Brother. I did not choose my words more carefully, and had an incident which I think I was telling you and Kiki about when I saw you guys last, that there was some ended up being super disrespectful to a friend that I cared about. And so uh and that was just because literally in my head, the words I said, I actually, like, I thought I said them a one way and I said them a different way, and didn't realize. And it was a live TV, so there was no editing involved. And so I hate to say something that was so hurtful to somebody I care about, and the family involved and everything. And so that's one that comes to mind. However, I'm very big on being against regrets in general, because it's kind of every bad decision and harm experienced all leads me to where I am today and in the future. And if we look at the butterfly effect, or all the things that have to happen, then you don't end up in that exact spot without all those things happening that way. So if I were to pick one, I feel like that's the one that comes to mind most readily available. Just but who knows how that impacts all of our lives in a way that maybe benefited all of us in a way. So so that's probably it. But in general, I don't know, as far as the experience, that's the other thing I think about, is just I didn't have a good understanding of the negative impact for my family and friends, as far as the obsession over the show, because it's 3 months long, it's 3 episodes a week, and there's a live feeds. And I remember probably for up to a year after, my mom would talk about, she'd wake up in the middle of the night like, oh, I need to check on Kylan, like on the live feeds. And it was just like, oh,
Aw.
never mind. And so I think that you don't anticipate how they could worry for you, and they could, and then experience my siblings jobs and stuff would receive some of the hate mail that was intended for me. And so I think of stuff like that sucks, that I couldn't have prepared for, didn't know to prepare for, just because it's a new experience. But that's more other people's actions than mine.
I have a question for you about like the doing reality TV, and then also with your social media, you do a lot of like advocacy for people who are neurodivergent, and now you're on a podcast where we talk mostly about politics. We went off the rails a little bit tonight because we're kind of just in a goofy mood, but with all of that, what do you think is the hardest thing to do? Is it social media? Is it doing reality TV? Or is it putting yourself in a place where you're in the political arena?
I mean, I guess when you say political arena, my mind actually thinks more of politicians. And I think that that job is, probably way more difficult than most of us recognize, but I also feel it should be. So I think that that's kind of, it's also not just in the often elected positions, but also elective positions. So no one is forcing them to do that. So I think, I don't know, I think that Josh Johnson has the stand-up bit talking about how, like, it should suck because people should just be coming to you with their complaints, and it is literally your responsibility to solve those complaints. So that is just the nature of the job. As far as political commentary, I think of that along the lines of so much other social media commentary, especially in today's age. I think even the line for journalists is pretty much, at the highest blur it's ever been, and probably going to continue to merge between journalists and social media content creators. And so once again, that's still something that people are choosing. But also I think that when I always tell people, I'm like, of the I worked in corporate for almost 10 years before I started doing reality television stuff, and this is far social media content is far more difficult than any corporate job I've ever had.
Sure.
And it's more exciting like, and more flexibility. So like it's worth the trade-off of the lack of
I mean, we've got to do
stability.
some cool stuff. Like, let's be honest,
Exactly.
we've done some
Yeah.
cool things. Like just a couple weeks ago, we went to the Obama Presidential Center, and I feel like, you know, with me being in social media, that's the only reason like that I was invited to go there. And like I'm going to a conference for the Florida Democratic Party, going to a gala, a black tie gala, and like I'm invited to that stuff because of social media. So I feel like it opens doors. I mean, you are on reality TV, so it's a little bit different. Like you also, because you're on TV, would get invited to stuff. But social media and being on social media definitely does present you with opportunities that you wouldn't necessarily have. Like we got to go to Farm Aid. That was cool. Do you think like we would have gotten to do that if we didn't do social media?
Oh no, of course not. No, and I think that's why like I agree. I'm like it is it's so cool and so much fun, and that's why it's worth all the difficulties that come with it. And I would say the same for reality, but like outside of Big Brother, none of the other shows have been very hard. Like they have hard moments, but they're not very hard. So like I'd put that last of the three as far as overall difficulty, like except with the exception of Big Brother, I guess. That's just one summer.
Somebody wants to know, would you run for president?
Probably not. But I think that it definitely was something that I think used to cross my mind a lot when I was younger. But I feel like there's once again it is not just so many reasons.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're opening up yourself to so much scrutiny and everything else that comes along with getting yourself into public office, right? It's beyond your local public official, you know, position. You're putting yourself out there for people to kind of just like judge you. And I mean, just look at the current state of the world right now when it came to our last two presidents, right? Just
not even presidents. Alex, look what's going on with Graham Plattner and Eric Swalwell. Like these are people who are just running for office. They weren't even elected. You get your entire life dissected in a way that most people aren't used to. And then people come out of the woodworks and have terrible things to say about you. Like Graham Plattner, I'm glad. As far as I heard, today was the day that he officially withdrew. But I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Today's my day off, where I don't have to go to my regular job and I don't do social media, except for this one thing. I sleep the whole day. Like Friday is my day where I don't get out of bed unless I absolutely have to. Alex, the pregnancy pillow.
I love that for you. It just works. It just works. I told her, so we were talking behind the scenes, friends. We were kind of just talking, and she was like, "Oh man, my God, this, you know, I can't sleep." I'm like, "Go get a freaking like one of those body pillows." Like this pillow. She's like, "I'm gonna go get." I can't say the actual idea. And then she was like, "No, no, oh my God, stop it." Then she's like, "No, a pregnancy pillow." I was like, "Oh yeah, why didn't I think of that?" Those are comfortable. You know what I'm saying? So now she's able to see.
I have a pregnancy pillow now. It's
like the big long ones?
No, it's not a long one. It's like a U shape, and it wraps around my whole body. Oh my God, it's glorious. Get one. I don't care. I'm not pregnant. I don't care if you're pregnant. Just get a pregnancy pillow. Just do it.
I'm intrigued. That sounds amazing.
We should all get a C-shaped pillow.
Oh,
why am I continuing to say F?
I think what's interesting though too is going back to the candidates and the exposure, the exposing of your life, the vulnerability of the exposed. I obviously on a much smaller level, but still similar as far as people examining so much of your life. And like while we're in these shows, not only are they watching us live, go to the bathroom or no, they're not watching us go to the bathroom. There's cameras in the bathroom, but they don't show that on TV. But they it's more so in case, so there's no place you can go without cameras. It's not that something that they show.
You can hide and have a secret conversation.
Yes. But I think about whether it is people looking into every social media post with this level of scrutiny, where I think it's funny because we would talk about how both stuff on the show and stuff from the social media dig that people did, because that's the thing, since these are all competitions, everyone is against each other. So if you are cheering for someone, and there's only one winner of these shows, so if you're cheering for anybody that's not me, then you are against me, because some of these people are highly motivated to figure out, whatever they can about you that they could possibly use to make somebody upset. And fortunately, I guess I didn't do anything too crazy, at least not on the internet. So, but they still found the things that they could
sure
really try and rally
yes.
behind.
Yeah.
And and it's just a weird aspect to it, but it's also interesting because I do recall at one point saying, oh well, like I feel like I've done enough in my life that although nothing like that I feel personal shame for, but people things that people would feel typically disqualify you from candidacy. First, you talked about president earlier, and I was like, well, actually, I guess that's kind of out the window though. Like if we, like I feel like if a reality TV personality who's convicted of many federal crimes and just saying terrible things that aren't crimes, but so it's just kind of like, wait, anyone could do this. But once again, it also depends on what you disqualify, because that's another political divide that I do think is damaging to anyone that is more progressive, is that divide of how we are so excited to judge people and that does not exist.
We have a caller. Oh, we didn't hear
We have a caller.
Go
ahead.
I
answered the phone while Kylan was talking.
Very
hey, caller,
nice.
Can you tell me your name? And then do you have a question? Okay, Alex.
You don't have a question, maybe? Or do you hear the question and I don't hear it?
I don't hear it.
I can hear him.
Yeah,
I'll reiterate it.
She has it on her end.
Wait. Sorry. Okay. Well, I don't hear anything, but I am reading some comments. And I think one thing that's interesting, only because I just had this I think when I was streaming yesterday for around after the show. And I think it's...
So wait, what's your question? Hold on. He's trying to ask me a question.
Yes.
What is your question?
Wait, why can't I hear it? Oh, she could hear.
She can hear it. She hasn't turned it on so we can hear it, because some people are nasty. Some people are
probably
nasty.
Yes, makes sense.
Yeah.
Physical outcome actually of the Strait of Hormuz with the
they are rambling. We heard
Wait,
it.
Yeah.
what?
I have no idea what he's trying to ask me. He's trying to ask about the Strait of Hormuz and what... Oh, you heard him? You open up YouTube? Yeah.
No, we heard him here. You must have pressed something, because
all I heard was Strait of Hormuz, and that's all.
Yeah,
I turned it back on.
Okay,
the Chrome browser that you told me to turn off. Yeah, you can hear it when I turn that on.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know what his question was. He was saying that he wasn't necessarily a Republican or a Democrat, but you guys were talking, so it was hard to hear him.
Oh,
too,
my bad. Sorry.
No, you're fine. But I guess he was wanting to know what I think the outcome with the Strait of Hormuz is. I don't know. I don't know what it's going to be quite honest with you. I think that until Trump gets his way, he's going to continue to waste millions upon millions of taxpayer dollars. And this is going to be a forever war. And this is what we said, like the very first day that it happened. Alex and I actually had this conversation. We may have even had this conversation online about how this is another forever war.
Yes.
And the American people don't deserve that. Our service members don't deserve that. Internationally, people don't deserve that, because they also feel the effects of the things that the United States is doing over there in the region. And I just don't think that he is going to come to some kind of resolution. He's going to be my way or the highway.
That's it.
But also, I think he's willing to sacrifice a lot of American resources to do it, and that's a terrible thing.
He's showing it right now. He's 100% being wasteful. He doesn't care. He's banking billions upon billions with everything that he does. Every single deal that he makes to help America has only lined his and his family's pockets. Nothing has come our way. As a matter of fact, things are so bad we can't even eat produce because we'll get explosive diarrhea. Okay.
Oh my God. Yes.
I don't know if
What?
did you not hear about that kind of? So
No.
there's a massive recall on all types of produce. So this bacteria is in the produce. You cannot wash it off like normal bacteria. You would have to cook the said produce up to an internal temperature of 160 degrees in order to kill the bacteria. If you happen to ingest this food and have this parasite and this bacteria in your body, you will not be able to get rid of it right away. And if you take anything like Imodium AD or Maalox, whatever, it will make it 50 billion times worse. It doesn't
What's
help
the
you.
produce?
Yeah.
Check
So first of all, they haven't traced it back to anyone. Restaurants are like trying to figure out like what the hell's happening, right? So it's bad. It's everywhere right now, pretty much. So I would suggest be careful. I believe this has to do a lot with the protections that have been unfortunately cut off.
It's cyclospores. Why can't I say it?
Go ahead, say it. Go ahead.
Sporiasis. There we go.
Oh.
But it's not on any specific produce.
I had to think about it.
You did it, everyone.
Listen. It's midnight, okay?
Okay. Well,
It's
one thing I
midnight.
will say going back is I don't know if I think it's a forever war. I think that I think about there's enough, hubris in this administration to basically bank the win of ending it, even if it is a insane drain on resources and we get back to just basically the same Iran deal that we had before and just spend more money on it. They can still claim that as we've seen repeatedly, like they'll just claim as like, hey, look at this victory that we did, or this, whether the victory is the war itself, which they'll claim regardless, or whether the victory is spending more money to get us the same or worse deal that was already in place before. They'll still be like, look at this great thing that I did. And I feel like we've seen this repeatedly with in this administration, and this could easily be another one of those things. That way they also, especially right before, if we get before 2028, when you get to say like, oh, we're the anti-war, despite in the first term and this term
and second term,
that not being true, it is we're the anti-war party, so obviously look at this war that we ended.
And can't forget the third term that he
Right.
won, because he did go on live television, say he won a third term. This is the third time he's won.
Yes.
And like you mentioned, it's gonna happen. It's a vicious cycle, right? The Obama deal, Iran-Obama deal was horrific. He takes it away, yet he brings it back in just his own words and says this is the greatest thing ever. Just
and then gives him more money.
Then the difference is that we're giving him
Obama for
350
us
billion.
to return funds that were frozen, and then he's like, "No, here you go."
Oh my goodness! Hey, shout out to the chat.
Don't forget, they are 2 weeks away from nuclear enrichment.
2 weeks?
Yes, and
so
2 weeks. Everything is 2 weeks.
And by
Don't
the
forget.
way, I served during the weapons of mass destruction era, so still waiting on those. By the way, 26 years later.
The only WMD
well, thank you for your
seen,
service, and I'm sorry.
the only WMD I've ever seen is the purse that I carry around, because it's literally like 20 pounds and I have everything in there. That is the only WMD I've ever seen, because I could cause some serious damage with that thing.
Let's yeah.
They don't exist. They don't exist. We have a question from the chat. They want to know, Kylan, who's your favorite superhero?
Hell yeah, bring it on.
I would say I do go to Superman, as I think that so I think
that was a good movie.
For me, what I go to, I love Superman. I love a lot of the movies, but I think that the thing I go back to is there's an old quote that someone said, nearly all men can stand adversity, but to test someone's character, give them power. And traditionally speaking, Superman ends up being the person with the most power who, could easily just decide to rule everything and is like, I'm just going to help everyone. And it's, I'm never going to satisfy everybody. People are always going to be upset and claim, but like, since I can hear everyone's problems and see so much and I can do so much, let me do as much as I can. And I think that that's just an ethos that I can appreciate and, want to try my best to embody. And also he's that example of like, in a time of the red pillification of society where we see, this presentation of strength and masculinity as being, to harm others who are weaker than you. He's that reminder of like, no, you actually should be helping people who are weaker than you. Should be looking out for others. Like strength is the people who break up the fight, not the people who are bullying somebody. And I think that's those are things that really align with me, and they exemplify so well.
I love that. I'm a big I like Wolverine. I'm a big X-Men guy.
So, I mean, X-Men are a whole
have you watching
conversation.
Are you watching X-Men 97?
I haven't watched season 2 yet because I'm trying to catch up on too many things.
Oh man,
but I'm excited for it because of how much I love.
I'm not gonna tell you what happens, but there's a line. Apocalypse. They're telling the story of Apocalypse. There's a line. Apocalypse comes out. He does something extremely crazy. You're probably seeing it all over the internet.
No, I've
okay, good. I'm not gonna say what it is.
Algorithms to avoid what I don't want
to see. But
I
tell you what, he says something along the lines. He says something along the lines of, "Alas, only a coward feels mighty when stepping on ants." And he walks right over Professor Xavier and walks away. I was like,
damn.
What?
Yes.
What?
Damn.
I mean, that's
what?
That's a bar of power. And I think also the thing about Apocalypse is, at least usually, it seems like, just like with Thanos, they have a mindset that makes them feel that they're not.
You got to watch this season because I've never seen, except for the comic books. I've been reading comic books since the 90s. Except for the comic books, I've never seen Apocalypse portrayed the way that he has been on television in just the short amount of 4 episodes that they put him on television this season for X-Men 97. So it's crazy. And I'll leave you with this so we can end the show as well. I have another quote here that says, "Wise man say forgiveness is divine, but never pay full price for late pizza." Michelangelo, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
What a bar. What a bar.
I mean, that is true.
Take that as you will. I know the chat's been going crazy all night. You guys have been.
Have you guys been reading YouTube?
They have been very, very vocal. They want to know why you weren't interrupting him like you normally interrupt people when they're talking. They want to know why you're such a narcissist. They want to know why you're ignorant. And yeah, I'm the guy with the goofy voice and Trump's ego. So there's a good, healthy amount of good versus evil on the chat.
Yeah, but I bet you if I logged ended this stream and went back and did my normal stuff, they would be like,
they're calling you 007 Amanda, the secret genius. So yeah,
there you go.
Yeah. So
yeah, facetiously, of course, they're saying that.
I tell you,
but I think they're on their best behavior because there's two men here. There's 2 men here, and so they tend to calm down a little bit when the men are present. But when it's me by my lonesome,
Kylan, I'm gonna have to.
Yeah, wait, I am stuck on now. One of the comments said she thinks he's cute and likes bad boy vibe, and I was just like, neither one of us have a bad boy vibe, so I don't even know who they could be talking.
I got nerd vibe now. Dude. Look,
yeah, I was like,
hey,
I've never had.
It's hot girl summer. All right,
look at my desk. What it has. This is what I'm reading.
Let's go. I mean, they have some of the best covers there too.
This is by Rob Liefeld. I'm really good friends with him, and I have a bunch of signed books by him.
Whoa,
it's kind of crazy, man. It's just we can talk. We can do a spin a whole entire podcast.
Okay.
I'll follow you on which I'm pretty sure. Can you let
yes.
everyone know on where they can follow you on the IGs, on the TTs, on the YTs?
Yeah, pretty much everywhere. I'm Kylan Young. Just at Kylan Young. For TikTok, I'm Kylan.Young. Haven't been able to get that fixed. So, especially because Kylan Young isn't even an account, so I don't know what's going on with that. But where's Kylan Young? And find me there. And I love to converse. So yeah, find me anywhere.
I love that.
Kylan makes some great content, great uplifting content. Follow him on Threads.
Yes.
He always has some very insightful things to say, and definitely makes me challenge the way I think about things. Sometimes I read the things that Kylan says on Threads, and it's like responses to stuff. It's like, okay, I was a little bit gonna rage, but Kylan made me think of things in a softer way, and I appreciate that about you, Kylan, because I am a little bit feral.
He does
But,
bring the calm. I'll tell you that. Like there's times like I'm reading stuff here and I'm like, I'm gonna yell and curse. But then I hear him speak and I'm like, I'm gonna have another drink and I'm gonna calm down.
Hey, I'm
finished
happy
the
to
whole
provide
thing.
some peace in a
It's the
time of
Marine
so
in me,
little
dude.
peace.
The Marine in me just
So,
wants to argue and be loud and fight people. But yeah, so
and that has a value and a place, and I'm thankful to all those, you know, who are ready to deploy that faster than I am. So
thank you so much.
it's
Appreciate
great
that.
to have everybody here. And thanks for
Yes.
having me. I'm glad to be here with y'all. I'm excited to get to for many more conversations with you guys. So
Yeah, we would love. I
I
mean,
do
we
have to
would love
talk
to
to you
have you
about
back on.
something.
Oh,
I do want to talk to you about something, Kylan, when we're off the air, because
Oh.
we're not talking about this publicly yet, but there's an
No.
activation that I want to talk to you about.
all right.
I
In
think
other
we
words,
answered.
don't go anywhere. You're gonna see an outro play. Don't go anywhere. Stay on here. We're gonna make sure
I'm here.
we're gonna make sure we're off the air before we decide to
Let
talk
the cat out of the bag.
and let the cats out of the bag. Ladies and gentlemen, you guys can follow me as well, Out Loud with Alex, on YouTube, Instagram, Threads, everywhere. Just make sure you go check me out. There's one account on TikTok that's not me, who's just befriending all of my entire list, and I can't.
You got a spoof already?
Yeah, and I can't let. I can't, for some reason they've been copying all my videos, friending all my people, messaging them, and I can't have the person delete it because they just don't care. So I feel honored that I've gotten to that point. So yeah, make sure you guys follow me on there. Let's have some conversations. I'm only like a year and a half into all this amazing content that has to do with the political world, but I've been having a blast speaking with everyone, having meaningful conversations versus just breaking news talk. So yeah, Kylan, thank you so much. Amanda, you want to say your goodbye before I press the end stream?
Bye, guys.
Thanks, everybody. Thank you guys as well.
No. Thank you to Kylan. I appreciate you coming on and hanging out with us and talking about all the different things that we talked about today. If you guys aren't following Alex, exactly what he said, follow Out Loud with Alex everywhere, and then follow me, Amanda Informed, and also be nice in the YouTube chat for a change. Jesus.
They call. I'm gonna end it with this. They call Kylan Obama and they call me Bad Bunny. Let's go. Y'all have a good night, man.
That's my YouTube.